One thing not to do before the NFL Combine is get arrested for a DUI, I think. Alec Ogletree, I'm speaking to you, and we're going to be talking about three guys in this year's NFL Draft with maybe some character concerns. Tom Vandervoort from the Sporting News Studios, alongside our NFL writer, Vinny Iyer. Let's start with Alec Ogletree, linebacker from Georgia. Very athletic guy, a linebacker who plays like a safety with a lot of speed, but you know, we have the DUI. We also had a drug suspension and maybe a stolen motorcycle helmet. What's your take on him as far as character goes?
Well, I think he's had to convince a lot of teams through the interviews we've seen through the Combine and the Pro Day, just to get people on the same page that those are not going to be issues with him in the NFL, that he can play on his athleticism and really be that player that everyone thinks he can be. And he can be a very exciting player. He can do pretty much everything at linebacker. Some people see him as inside. I think outside is a good fit for him as well. So he has a lot of value for a lot of different schemes in this draft.
Is there any downside to the fact that he's kind of coming from the safety position to linebacker? Maybe a little undersized, could get pushed around if he's stuck in the middle there?
Well, I think the one thing you really value at linebacker now is the ability to cover, get around and cover. So that helps you a lot because it's a different game now. It's not just about getting upfield. You got to get downfield, lateral movement. The quickness is there. So everything is there to like about Ogletree. I think he's a definite first-round pick. I think you look at him maybe in Chicago. I mean, possible linebacker need there. Brian Urlacher is not coming back. You look at Cincinnati. We know that they've been able to overcome character concerns in the past. Last year they hit Vontaze Burfict. So you know that's a team to watch for a guy like Ogletree.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Tyrann Mathieu. A drug problem got him kicked off the team from LSU. He's a little undersized, but obviously very quick and definitely a playmaker, Vinny. At least in college, this guy was a playmaker. He forced fumbles, he made picks, he returned kicks. I mean, so what's your take on him and the character issues specifically?
Well, I think if you just looked at the Honey Badger without anything else, you would say he's like a second or third round pick. Because of that returnability, I think that boosts his stock a little bit. When you look at him, he's undersized. That
you're not going to stick him on the outside.
No, he's going to be a slot cover guy. But guess what? You need slot cover guys now because every team has a pretty good number 3 receiver. So he's got a lot of value. There's some excitement there. I think you have to look past what he did off the field and say, we can work him into our system. So I think he's more of a luxury pick. I don't think you can take him if you're a team that's desperate for defensive
He's not a guy you're going to take and stick out on an island by himself. You're going to use him in very specific situations. But he seems to have good instincts. I mean, he does make plays. You know, that's one of those intangible things that's a plus for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you want guys that can excite you on tape and make those big plays against the quarterback in those key times when it's going to be third down, you're facing a number 3 receiver, he gets a jump on the ball. A lot of things could be happening.
All right, let's talk about Manti Te'o. Obviously, a lot of conversation about this guy. I was reading one scouting report that said naive. You know, and this, of course, comes back to the girlfriend situation. How does that play for him? And is the fact that his last on-field performance was really not stellar, is that a bigger deal?
Well, I think I'm more interested to see how it relates to his teammates. Like, you know that rookies get a lot of hazing when they get in the NFL.
I think we have perfect material right now. I mean,
and so you have to respect the guy that you're playing with, especially at a position.
It's like this. Manti, your girlfriend's on the phone.
So he's going to get it, but every rookie gets it. I mean, especially an inside linebacker where you're kind of a leader type role of the defense. So there's going to be some concerns there. For me, my question is, can he hold up as a tackler in the NFL? Everyone goes back to the Alabama game, but it's glaring. That's the type of offensive lineman he's going to face in the NFL on a regular basis. You're worried about that if you'll get overwhelmed. And then you're a little bit worried about his coverage. We mentioned Ogletree can get around, get on the tight ends, get out there in space. But we're worried about Te'o in that sense. So I think maybe he's a first-round pick late to the Ravens.
What are the strengths here that people would lead him to pick him in the first round or early in the second?
Well, I think you just know what you're going to get from him. You know he's going to fight hard every down. He's got that attitude.
He's got good size.
He
plays downhill pretty much.
He's a fine player. I don't think there's anything special with him, and that's why I would be hesitant to take him in that first round.
All right, very good. We'll see what happens with these guys. Going to be another interesting NFL draft. For Vinny Iyer, I'm Tom Vandervoort. Thanks for watching.